Hello, my name is Gerdien Meijering. I'm responsible for SAP Language Service Partner Program from SAP Globalization Services. And in this interview, I would like to tell you a little bit more about where to get support for translation projects with SAP Translation Hub or reviewing translation proposals. Of course, we recommend to work with SAP Language Service Partners for these services. Those partners can combine SAP Translation Hub with other tools and also add their own value to the service. SAP Language Service Partners are also the recommended go-to partners and for a one-stop shop for all other SAP language related services. You can find them via the SAP Partner Finder, but there's also a dedicated website. Two partners will now share their STH experience with us. In this interview, I will be speaking to Mr. Martin Ludecke, Director SAP Consultancy, representing our partner text&form in Berlin in Germany. Good morning, Martin. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Gerdien.
Could you briefly introduce your company and its relationship to SAP and the SAP ecosystem?
Sure. Text&form is a SAP translation partner and language consultancy partner. And we offer translation services in areas such as software localization, technical translation, and audiovisual content. But one of our main focuses is on what we call SAP translation. Which may be something completely different for you, but for us it means basically helping customers and partners of yours, partners of SAP, customers of SAP, during translation projects in their SAP systems, basically, which can occur during an international rollout, let's say, means translating custom developments, translating customizing entries, and basically any other custom text that you can find or that you can create in an SAP system. And just to add maybe for the technical part of these projects, basically text&form partners basically with my own company, which I also represent, which is called Ludecke. And we are basically responsible for the translation tools part and the consultancy part.
Yeah. Okay. Already a great example of ecosystem working well. Thank you. And when you deliver language services to SAP customer, how do you use SAP Translation Hub and how is it received by the customers?
We were basically there from the beginning, so we have quite a bit of customer input on that. I believe we were one of the first to integrate SAP Translation Hub also into our own tools. And today we have it live on, or we have used it on dozens of ABAP and Fiori translation projects. And what we usually do basically is access the API of SAP Translation Hub. So for the customer, it's a bit abstracted away. It's part of our offering, and it works in the background. But of course, customers are really interested in the actual SAP Translation Hub product as well, and yeah, reach out to us about that also. And from their perspective, basically the process of getting translation suggestions from SAP Translation Hub, working that into their project, and most importantly, having that reviewed by our translators, right? Because that is also the service that we provide. There's been a pretty good response to that. One of the main factors is obviously cost, right? The cost reduction aspect that SAP Translation Hub brings. And that's especially important in the ABAP-based projects where we use it in, where the scope can sometimes be very large. So that's a significant help.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Well, what would you say is the most useful feature or the most useful use case for SAP Translation Hub?
Right. Well, for us, since we basically exclusively work with the SAP Translation Hub API, it's the API features that interested us the most and that we do the most with. What we really like and what we think is a really good innovation is the MLTR, the multilingual text repository, and the way that languages, texts are connected to each other across multiple languages. So basically, the more languages you feed into SAP Translation Hub, the better results you get. We really like that feature.
Yeah.
Right. And that's also something that we make use of using our tools. And maybe one more thing that I can think of is the new simulation feature that was just released, I think, a few months ago. And that's also something we use basically to analyze what we can get from SAP Translation Hub before we actually pull the text and before actually also payment happens, obviously.
Yeah.
So these are two features that we like.
Yeah. Okay. So one is important in scoping the simulation tool.
Exactly. Yes.
The other is really important in getting the very best results and the highest quality of proposals by combining proposals from multiple languages.
Yes.
Thank you. And yeah, maybe we already covered it, but can you maybe explain how you as a partner add value to a service like STH, or what your added bonus is?
Yeah. Obviously, one way where we contribute is the implementation part. SAP Translation Hub can completely be used as a standalone, so it's not necessary to basically use all our tools that are attached to it, and the SAP standard functionality is already pretty complete there. But we obviously bring a few tools to the table that we have integrated SAP Translation Hub into, or that we connect to SAP Translation Hub, maybe to say it more correctly. That's the deep integration between our tools. SAP Translation Hub is maybe the most important thing that we bring to the table. For example, right now it's not only even ABAP-based projects anymore, but because we also attack SAP Fiori translation process basically from the other side, from the ABAP side, and have a new tool for that, for translating Fiori text that also integrates with SAP Translation Hub. So that's something that we bring to the table.
Okay, and I'll say, what does the customer notice in the end when you do that? So,
well, for them, basically, it's a lot of automation, so a lot less work. For example, if you have someone who wants to manage translation on the customer side, that's a big help, right? But let's say in a complete outsourcing scenario, the only thing that the customer notices is hopefully the good translation quality and the costs going down, right?
Yeah.
So these are two aspects.
So the one-stop shop concept and lower costs, basically.
Exactly. Yes.
Good. So thanks a lot for this. Anything else that we haven't discovered that you really want to share with us?
Yeah, maybe one final thing. I've been working with you guys obviously a lot, and giving feedback for SAP Translation Hub and making new suggestions. And I've been really impressed with the way you guys listen and basically integrate the partner contribution right into the product and make everything work together. So thanks for that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Martin, for this great interview. Thank you. Goodbye.